What up? What up? So how do we get to 15-minute and then the 2-minute?
That's the OG way. Maybe that's how we used to do it. But look, I figured out a way to fix that. I just forgot to fix it over here. I do it for my shows, but I didn't do it over here. So I'm going to adjust it so it starts at 15 and breaks this down.
Gotcha.
Chris, why is it always just me and you? Somebody explain that. One for each one of my cards. Two extra. It's like a 10-minute countdown to the 3-minute countdown to the show. What up, Chris? Chris is getting more. Chris changed up, y'all. See, he changes every week. Now he look more cinematic. Chris got a little more cinematic view now and shit.
Oh, I don't know if I want my name.
1 second.
Oh, who you on the phone with, Chris? Everybody hear that? Y'all all hear that? Chris is caking on the phone, y'all.
Not caking. I'm getting the caller straight. Getting our caller in.
Chris is caking. We hear it.
Because I'm putting in effort. Shaheed said we got to put in effort. Yeah, can we put up at Shannon Rawls for uniformity, please?
No. Why am I still say Professor Shan? Oh, that's right. On this screen it does, but it's gonna switch. See over here, when we go here, it's built in. But over here, it's what we say. Let me do like you. This is the fellas chopping it up screen. Oh, I got to share the show. Let me see. Somebody is asking me, I have a friend who's asking me, what is, because I said that Father Time, Chris is doing some other stuff, everybody. So welcome to the show. Ask a Black Man Anything. The fellas are getting their stuff together. We're getting ready to go live. I see you guys are in the show. I know you guys are in the chat. You're watching. We're getting ready to have a great show. We're going to have some people call in, or we have some questions that came in. And I have somebody that asked me on my last show, Wife School, that I just wrapped, that we just finished. Shan, what you mean by Father Time is not on the woman's side? I'm at the edge. I'm about to edge. I'm gonna explain it. I was gonna explain it to her on that show, but I'm gonna explain it right here. But first, let me find the link to this show so I can explain. So I could send her this video. So she
Wait,
can
what I
watch.
missed?
No, I was just talking to the people since you was over on the phone and everybody else is getting their stuff together to come in. I was gonna explain to her on that show. I'm gonna explain it right here. But first, let me find the link to this show. Wait, hold on.
Oh, the link to this show.
So I can send her. Yeah, but that's me playing. That's the replay. That's me watching the live on my iPhone.
Wait, what I missed?
No, I was just talking to the people. All right, hold on.
You said I got a cinematic view?
Yeah, I like it. I like the look, man. Y'all getting better. It's taking y'all forever, but y'all getting better and better.
This is the same camera.
It ain't the same camera. Then it ain't the same settings.
I haven't changed anything. The lights may be a little bit better. But I'm actually want to change this picture. Wait, right there. That picture, my brother left that picture. And so my walls were actually bare. So I'm actually gonna change that picture to, like, I don't know, like a tiger, or I don't know, get something. I just it's real dry for me. So I want to get something that's, more representative of what I like.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, and
I like the sofa though. The sofa, you got the oversized pillows and shit.
Man, it's sofa old. I need to get it. I need to get it reupholstered too. But yeah, man, it's nice chocolate sofa.
Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe because see, you be switching up. One time you have like a ring light. The next time you have bedroom light. Like right now, your light is white. So you have whatever. Maybe you changed the light bulb, my nigga. Did you do?
Nope. The same lights. The same lights. The same lights. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah. So same lights. Same lights. That's crazy.
Where's Shahid at? Shahid just messaged. Oh, he hit me on the thumbs up. We going back to our old ways. It used to just be me and you. Then they trickle in. And then we set some rules at the beginning of the year. I remember January. Remember like it was yesterday. January, it was like, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Gotta be on time.
Be on time. And if 15 minutes late, you can't come in the show. If you overfit, all this, and then now we right back to it. You know what it reminds me? You know what it reminds me of a relationship where two people argue and say, I'm gonna do something different, and then they get comfortable and go back to exactly what the fuck they was doing when they were arguing. This is no different than a relationship where it's like, you always do this. And I guess, all right, you know what? I'm going to work on that. I'm going to do it. And then they do it right.
Like they do it a little bit. And then it's like, yeah, I'm good.
And then they right back. That is why you should marry somebody where you are fine with how they fucking are.
The way that is the advice that my mentor gave me in 2020, I want to say. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to a young lady and I was like, man, I think she's great, blah, blah, blah. She's blah, blah, blah. She's great, this, that. And I was giving all the positives. And he said to me, can you stay with her if she never changes?
Yikes.
I said, mm-mm. Because see, I need a couple of things in dating and relationships, right? And I actually, I talked to my ex-girlfriend, and I said this to her, and it just kind of rang true. And I was like, well, I noticed, the first part of our relationship, you were doing this, and then, it just kind of fell off. I said, well, what happened? And I was just like, I realized that I need consistency. And here's what's crazy. One of the reasons why I decided to be consistent is because women would constantly complain in social media and on dating sites and dating groups on Facebook and here, there, and everywhere. And they would say, I want a man that's going to be consistent. But you know what I found out?
What?
They're the most inconsistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did them like they start off
Yes.
skyrocketing. And then here's something else I found out, and this is going to really, really, really get you right. You might this might be a game changer for you. I date women without the promise of a relationship.
Whoa, wait, Chris. That means you're hold on, cause see that flies in the face of dating with intentional dating. So
I am dating
how do you do
intentionally.
that? How does that work for women, bro?
Here's the thing. I'm not going to guarantee you, me, or your mama that we're going to be in a relationship in the next 30, 60, or 90 days if you do everything right. Because here's the deal. After like 90 days, I start to see like you either learn how to, you find your flow, right? Or you taper off.
Mm-hmm.
But some things like you just don't know about them, and I just gotta keep seeing who you are, like who you are as a person, because I don't know enough about you. And before, I used to fly down I was doing 120 miles an hour dating, right? After 2 weeks, I was trying to be in a relationship with you. I stopped doing that because now I gotta see you.
Yeah, but look, if they're doing everything right, why couldn't you give her the peace of mind that you will be in a relationship 90 days from 3 months from now? Because why wouldn't
Because
you
90
want to
days is
be?
not
Why
enough.
wouldn't you want to be?
90 days is not enough to know enough about a person to be the forever, because I'm not going to do what some people do, get into a 90-day relationship and then jump out, or get into a 6-month relationship and then jump out, get into a 1-year relationship and then jump out. That actually teaches not only my children, but it teaches the people that I'm involved with that I'm okay with divorce. Like when it doesn't get good, or when it's not good, I'll just quit. I don't want that, right? Um I want them to know that when we're there, if we've been talking for 6 months and I see consistency and I see they're consistently doing the things that are necessary, and then
Mm-hmm.
a year later they're doing the things consistently and I'm consistent, that's the one. That's the one.
Mm. I
What
can
up,
dig that.
Shan? What up, Shahid and Wes? You got your roadcaster working today?
Yeah, I do believe. Can you hear me?
Loud and
Your
I know
clear.
video
my.
not working because I don't know what you decided. Your
What
video
you
is
said, Shane? You
grainy.
said it's loud.
Loud and
No,
clear.
I said
What's that?
you're loud and clear, but your video is
Oh,
grainy.
okay, cool. Yeah, I know, man. You already know. It's terrible.
That's fine.
Shahid, my brother.
Y'all be fighting in the back chat, man. Why don't y'all bring that shit to a show? The fuck? I mean, they be going hours, Chris.
Listen, when I looked at that back chat, and I'm like, all this is about this. I said, "Oh, like? I really thought it was like crazy important, and they just going through boom, boom, boom." And I'm like, "Is this nigga
I'm
West
talking
serious?"
lightsabers, like vroom, vroom. It'd be
Facts.
for real fucking battles. And I'll be like, damn, and Wes can write. Wes can write. We need to compile that nigga shit and put it into a coffee table book.
Listen, you know what's
Oh
funny?
shit.
For West
Shahid,
to
your
be
mic
so
is
late,
muted. Your mic isn't working, so check your settings. It doesn't say
What
it's
you say,
on mute.
Chris?
So hit the cog wheel and make sure the audio is set right. Shahid. And if that don't work, close it out and come back.
Can you hear me now?
There you
yes,
go.
We got you, brother.
his
Yeah,
computer
that's
muted.
West's strategy. He just write long soliloquies. He know
Yeah,
I
he be
ain't
trying to write you out, so you'll be like, all right, fuck it. He like, oh, okay, this nigga hit you with 5 paragraphs, each paragraph 1,000 words, and then be like, and his goal is to tire you out.
To drown
exactly.
you out. He don't address none of the points. He don't address none of the points. He address look. This is the point right here, Shahid, and this is West.
sometimes you got to circle the wagons. You know what I'm saying?
No, you ain't circling. You talking around it.
You gotta surround your enemy. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild, Wes.
I don't see how y'all do. Y'all got the energy. Y'all Twitter fingers is for real. Y'all should take that shit to a podcast.
Nah, like I think Shaheed will eat Wes up, and like we'll get the women to come and cheer for Wes.
Sir.
Yes, say it, Wes. Oh my God, yes. You know, I got Westonese good. Like I can speak Wes.
You do. You got me down.
Speak to the slaves. That's his favorite saying. Have y'all noticed that?
Hey man. Hey, it's just facts. It's not a saying. It's just
everything is about slaves and half of people
translating for you.
Yeah,
I'm like, Wes. You said what, Shaheed?
At 3/5 of a human being, that's his line.
Yeah, them his 3 lines. It's like he has a pamphlet that you know how the Jehovah's Witness, they got their certain set lines.
Exactly, and I'm coming knock on your door every Saturday morning.
See, look,
he got them lines down pat.
Wes's cheerleaders is pulling up. They pulling up, Wes. They coming to the field. Wes cheerleaders is coming on the field.
Oh,
rah, shish kumbah.
Listen. They said, one lady said, Wes is the only person that's making sense. I'm like,
the only one?
But so I'm gonna tell you something. So Shan, I'm prepping 3 episodes of clips for you, right? Okay. I done already got them, so I'm cutting them down in the bites for you, right?
All right.
And I went back and I watched the show with Juju on it.
Oh, back then? Okay.
This was like just 2-3 weeks ago. Yo,
I remember Juju from LA. Okay, go ahead.
No. Juju's in Atlanta.
Oh, I'm thinking of Shaheed's girl that he. Okay, so Juju is the one that with Robert. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Right. So, man, I went back and now mind you, I'm barely listening because I'm doing something else in the house and I'm recording it so I can cut it down in the bites.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Did everybody catch what Shaheed just did?
I wasn't looking. What did he do?
He kills a gallon of water a day.
Oh,
a gallon of water a day. Show them to him. And here's what's important. Yeah, when you buy your water, buy water from the clear jugs, not the foggy ones. The water from the clear jugs, not the foggy ones. A lot of people, it's not because the foggy bottles are made cheaper. It's because the water that comes in clear bottles is better. And typically the pH level is higher. So just want to put that out there. All right. So you went back, you found that episode with Juju.
No, so I've screen recorded 3 different episodes and I was listening to the episode and I'm just like, I can't believe that women really think the way they think. Like, well, some, not all.
Come to the dark side, Chris. Come to the dark side. Me and Shaheed got space at the council table.
No, but I'm just like, no. I mean, what do I mean? I say I can't believe that. So I'm gonna give you an example, right? I was on Facebook today in a conversation. You know, the big news about the coach said, right. Why does that name seem familiar, Kiki? Anyway, hey Kiki. Anyway, the whole news about, but here's the thing. First of all,
wait, real quick, just to update me. The whole news about what? I'm out of the loop.
The Boston Celtics coach.
Shit, they got more news than Trump.
Yeah. Got you, brother.
Boston Celtics coach. So, one lady was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's a cheater." And so my response was, "Well, how do you know if they still together?" I can't believe you're defending a cheater. Did I just defend a cheater? Damn. Or did I ask if they're still together?
You just asked the question.
The question. I'm listening to Juju's logic, right? And I'm listening to, and I mean, I've noticed this for a while. I'm listening to how some women respond. It's like they don't even hear what you're saying.
They don't. It's not about understanding anything that come out of your mouth. The moment that you start speaking, they're preparing a rebuke. The first two words that come out of your mouth, they are preparing a rebuke, and they're looking for keywords, not sentences, not full comprehension of everything you said from the capital letter to the period. They're looking for keywords. They're looking for hot spots
Hot
in
buttons,
what you're
yep.
saying to be able to rebuke what you said.
Crazy. Crazy. Wes, your video looks a little bit better. Praise the Lord.
He's still stealing that internet from his neighbor. You know that.
Yeah,
It'll get worse. Don't worry about it.
we're prepared.
But yo, to your point, man. What I will say, if I may join the dark side for a moment.
No.
Um,
No.
so, yeah, my video looks terrible, right? Grainy. So, but if I may though, man, what I do recognize is that I forgot what my point was because my video's so grainy. Um, I was gonna say something toxic. I can't remember what it is now. Damn, I tried to join the dark side, and the force would not allow me to.
No, it won't. The force is not with you tonight. The force is not with you tonight. But what's up with that though? So why is this Nia Long coach thing such big? Why it got so much goddamn play overnight?
So,
Pretty privileged.
so check this out.
Pretty privileged.
This is what right, and let me speak to that. That's what I wanted to say, Chris. Here's the reality of it. Too often, people when they see someone who's beautiful and attractive, they assume that means one, sexually everything is in place, everything is on point. They assume so. So why would a man want to be anywhere else when you have this beautiful woman? But the assumption is that she even enjoys sex. Some women are asexual. And so, and because of that pretty privilege, there's a whole assumption that she's sweet, she's wonderful, she's sexual, she's all of the things, she's feminine, she's all of the things a man would want. But the reality of that is that her beauty, her outer beauty, may have nothing at all to do with who she is and how she presents herself in a relationship, much less just in life in general. And so, and that's the assumption, and that's the pretty privilege that you speak of. And she could totally not like sex. She could totally be an asshole. She could totally just all of the things. They're very possible, right? And so everybody skips past that. And meanwhile, I think about now end here the Eric Benet thing and Halle Berry.
I was
Everybody
about to
would
say
be like,
you just described Halle Berry. I was about just to say that.
right, right. You assume that, oh, how could you cheat on Halle Berry? Halle Berry might be the worst thing in the world at home, might not like sex. And so now you have a man who has a sexual appetite, regardless of what level it's on, who's not satisfied. And so, yeah, he'll be with some lesser looking woman, perhaps, to the outside world, but she may be providing something that he's not able to get from Halle Berry. Or that
You
Halle
know what
Berry
the
don't have.
argument
What about
is,
that
though,
point?
Wes? You know what the argument is? Well, why don't he just leave? Why just cheat? That's what the argument
He
was
might
today.
really love it. And
Yeah,
men, we know that
But
we
Nia
can
ain't
really
even
love a
said
woman. Go
nothing.
ahead,
For all we know, Nia is and him is smashing at the same time. No, like
right.
Nia hasn't even made a statement. For all we know, Nia is like, y'all are defending me. Shit, I'm sending them out to go get these girls. We,
Yeah, that's
Right.
removing
Go ahead,
this.
Shahid.
That's why I don't even want to speak. We could remove the actual people and just speak on the situation. Like for me, when I look at it, like when you look at like how could you cheat on this person, as and to Wes's point, like these, we don't know who these people are. We just see them. We just see pictures and videos of them.
Correct.
But what I've noticed, like when you travel a lot and you're away from your partner a lot, that time that you spend together has to be perfect. Like I can't come home from a week road trip and then the first thing I'm met with is some type of nagging, complaining, some issues. and I'm only gonna be home for 2 days, then I'm on the road again in 5 days for 5 days. Like that can, and I'm not making no excuses for Duke, but that can cause like shit. I'm on this road. I'm trying to be committed. I'm trying to be faithful. And honey over here, like shit, she listened. She followed directions.
Niggas don't want to come home to that every night. Some of us come home to that every night. That's why we sit in the driveway for an hour.
Exactly. So it's just like that's there. You got. I could name 101 different reasons how Nia Long can get cheated on, but again, it ain't to make excuse for him. But I don't know the situation. When I first heard about it, I was just like, "Yo, Nia Long probably knew about it. He just flipped up, got sloppy. Now they business out there. That's it. Like that's why I saw it. But yeah, we don't even know what's going on. Like I've heard that they were separated, but none of that mattered. But anybody can get violated and cheated on.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah,
Anybody can get it.
So here's my point that I want to bring out that I will forever stand 10 toes down. Is that Aisha again?
No, that's no. This is Aisha.
Oh, okay.
Did I say it right?
It was
Aisha?
spelled the same way.
Oh no, this is Nisa.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the right. That's from last week, bro. My bad. I forgot to hit the button. Hold on, Nisa. Go ahead and land your point, Chris. What were you saying?
And you ain't even got Shaheed and West in here.
I'm pulling them up. Give me a second.
This is
man,
the thing that I will stand 10 toes down on every single day of the week. If Nia Long was a great catch, there's no way that you can be with a guy since 2010 and only be his fiance.
Damn.
Not possible.
12 years?
They got engaged.
no,
What's
that's
this?
not-
They got engaged in 2015. So let's just go 7.
She been a fiance for 7 years?
7 years.
And she Nia
If
Long?
you're a
but
great here's the thing that I want to be understood. Great catches are always caught.
Now,
Think about it this way. Hold on, Wes. Think about it this way. A couple of great catches in football. OBJ, the one-hander. We know about that one, right? The one with Pittsburgh, where he got it off the ground, right? I think that was Lynn Swann, right? That was before my time, but I done seen it on ESPN, right? The helmet catch with the Giants. Great catches are all. You don't ever hear about a great catch being missed.
right.
That's all I got.
I can dig that. I'm thinking the sexual part that Wes was saying, and we'll go to Nisa. I'll pass it back to you in a second, Chris. Is like say for instance, Wes, you were talking about the lack thereof when it came to sex and that'll drive a man out. Sometimes women have sex as often as they man want. He's just sick of that pussy. He's just sick of that sex.
There's
I
that.
don't,
for sure.
ladies. I wish I can explain to you. I can't. I know it makes no sense. I know it makes no sense as to why a man would do what he does. He got a woman at home. She does everything he's supposed to. She toots it open for him. She backs it up. She cooks breakfast. She rubs his back. She does all this stuff, and he still goes out and does something. I cannot explain. That's not me, but I cannot explain why so many men are like that. I do not know why. I have no idea why. But that could be the case.
You know why.
And she could be fine. She could be fine.
You know why, sir?
Why? Go,
If it's
tell
in
us
your,
why.
If it's in
before.
your spirit, it's just in your spirit.
Cause ain't nothing better than some
Ain't no
like
new.
some new.
Like- I've heard that.
Nisa.
Ain't
Is that
nothing
right?
That just
new.
won't be being white though, bro. I'm highly disappointed, man.
Yeah, that was.
Is
You
is
said what,
true,
Jerron?
Nisa?
They say she could. I haven't seen a picture of it. They say she may have been white though. I'm highly
Nah,
disappointed.
they say she a light skinned
It's two.
sister.
It's not one woman. It's two
Really?
women.
Yeah, it was one. Oh, it was two. So
It's
I
two
saw the
women.
I saw the black girl first, and then I saw like the vice president of finance's wife. That's
Yeah,
what
the
issue-
vice president of whatever is the one that pushed for him to have the 1-year suspension. It's two women he was smashing. That's part of the program or part of the team or whatever. Or
But here's
worked in the office or
to
some
your
shit.
point. But to your point, Jerron, I would say though that if he's gonna cheat on a Nia Long, if we're gonna give Nia Long the credit that she is everything that it appears to be on the outside, if he's gonna do anything, it doesn't make sense to go and sleep with another Nia Long. He should diversify if you're gonna do it. He should
So
he
if
should
you got a fine
expand his
woman at home,
Now
just
they
portfolio.
go
gonna
make
look
go.
at it
If you got
that
a
way.
So
fine woman, go get
am,
you an
am I
ugly one
right?
so you
That's
can
what we
have
would
this.
do
You
with
can work
stocks,
the whole
right?
spectrum.
They're not gonna look at it like that. They're gonna look at he's cheating on, like, if you cheating with a black woman, you cheating with a white woman. So they're not gonna look at it like, okay, he's cheating with another black woman. They're gonna look at it, he's stepping outside of his race and he's cheating with a white woman. And so they're gonna have
Most,
something to say about that.
Right.
I believe
But if
that
you
most women think that most men are in love with Nia Long, and because Nia Long is like the standard of beauty or whatever, that we all just fawn over her. I mean, she good looking, but we don't know. Like, and that's the thing that I was saying on Facebook, is that we don't know like at home.
They're not gonna look at it like that. They're gonna look at he's cheating on, like,
Makiba, make sure you hit the lower the volume on YouTube because we're getting the feedback.
and,
Or just mute
and
YouTube
Chris, yeah,
altogether.
will you finish your point, Chris?
Um, yeah, so we don't know what she's like at home. We don't know
Right,
what she's like. We don't know if she's consented to this happening.
right,
We don't know
right,
if she's saying, "Hey, if this is what you want to do, just don't embarrass me," right? Because we don't know who leaked the story. None of that. We know none of that information. And that's what's important in reference to, oh my God, I can't believe he. You don't know what they've agreed to. They've been together, they've been engaged for 7 years and not married. Maybe neither one of them will accept a polyamorous marriage, right? And so they stay together because they want to be together, but they still accept them
right,
having their extremities, right? Like some
right.
relationships have that. Give me
Chris,
30 seconds,
you said
Wes.
something.
Let me do the intro, Wes, and then I'll come right to you.
Okay.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining Ask a Black Man Anything, the hottest show on Thursday night. Thank you, Nisa and Makiba, for both being here. We're going to come to you, ladies, in just a second. We're going to ask you your background, where you're from, a little bit about yourself, and then what question that you have. So if you all can just bear with us just 1 second, we're going to get Wes right here to give a 30-second clip on what he wanted to add, and then we're coming to our wonderful guest. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah. So
Bye bye.
you said something that was key, Chris. You mentioned women thinking that black men that we love and attracted to Nia. I'm paraphrasing, but what I would venture to say that we should consider is that it's really black women who are in love with Nia, and for good reason, because she's aged well, she's kept herself up, she has been in her career for quite some time, and while she wasn't some A-list actress, we've all appreciated her, and I think so. From that perspective, she's aspirational to the image of her is aspirational to a lot of black women, and so
Mm.
what it feels like, and having some empathy for women who feel some sort of way about what has been
He cheated on all
supposedly
black
done to
women.
her now. Right, because as if I'm a black woman and I see someone who has the aesthetics that I aspire to have, or and a career that perhaps I aspire to have, and these accomplishments, then if he would cheat on her, then he would certainly cheat on me. And so that's just a
Mm.
place of empathy I think we can consider for and hold a little bit of space for women as they have that moment, because I get it. Because if you cheat on, I look, and I'll end
If
here.
you cheat on
If I'm
on
as a black
on
man, if
her,
you cheat on
we don't got a
Shaheed, if
chance. That's what my homegirl said
look,
on
if,
Facebook.
listen, if
Yeah,
you
you know.
cheat on Shaheed is what 713. He rides like 12 horses at the same time. If you cheat on Shaheed,
And then I ain't got
well,
a prayer.
old
Then
man
Wes will
like me and
stop.
Shan, we ain't gotta.
You ain't got a dog in the fight.
If a black man cheats on
Exactly.
Nia Long, then the average woman don't have a chance. That's what my homegirl said on Facebook today. But go ahead, Chris.
Crazy. So, Nisa, thank you so much for your patience. We appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you for joining us. Welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a 10-second intro.
Hey, thank you for having me on here. I'm excited. I am from Boston. I work in biotech, and yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Where you from?
A black
You
woman
in
in
Boston,
STEM.
but are you from Boston?
Black woman in STEM. That's
I'm
sexy.
from Boston. I'm in Arizona right now.
Okay, I love it. Okay, thank you so much for joining Ask a Black Man Anything. What question do you have for us tonight?
So I have a scenario that's going to turn into a question. I have one of my close friends, a black man. He's pretty tall. I want to say about 6'5", pretty beefy, muscular. He works in
Mm-hmm.
he works in
You sure
corporate
he not
America,
six
right?
six?
Huh?
You sure he's not
You sure he not
7'13"?
6'6"?
No. One of my close friends, he works in corporate America, and so his team is a group of white females, and so they've been trying to get him fired from the jump. They're trying to cut every string that they can for no good reason. And they've gone to higher ups. They've reported him to HR on false accounts. And it's just like a whole mess. So recently, a new person joined the team and they see all the toxicity. They're just like, wow, this is too much. And so they've been telling him what's been going on. So the group of white girls, they've been exposed and now they're a little nervous. So they went up to him and asked if they could patch things over and all be cool. And so he's kind of wondering, what do you do in that situation? Do you forgive or forget?
Oh, that's tough.
Um, yeah, it's pretty tough. And it's kind of sad. And, basically his professional image has been tainted.
Got
And
it.
it's not like you can go to the job store and get a job.
Well,
Right.
guys, what do you guys think?
It's funny. I had a conversation. I had a conversation a few days ago, and it was a black woman. She was telling me that white women are the most powerful people in America. I don't agree with that. I believe white men are, but she believes that their cry can pretty much shift anything. That part I kind of agree with. They have a lot of power. Their cry has a lot of power. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, they don't make the decisions and they don't make the moves in respect to executing power. But in this particular situation, it's kind of like, damn, do you give him advice and say, just be a prisoner of the white women and patch things up and make everything kumbaya? Or do you say, fuck that? Like, hell no. Like, get them the fuck out of here. But you don't know what that comes with. I'm the type that I would want, like, get them the fuck out of here, but what does that come with? Am I gonna walk in the office and be accused of like some type of sexual harassment the next day? Or that's tough. Like that's a crazy situation. That's the flip of the coin. You know what I mean? You would really have to trust the higher ups and the powers that be to make the proper decision and execute it to where this don't come and bite you in your ass in the future.
Real quick, just speak for some context. Is he in charge? Is he a leader in this group? Is he in charge of them, and does he have any autonomy over who's part of his team?
No, not at all.
Damn. So he's a peer.
And he's the only male, and on top of that, he's a black male, tall black male. So
And he's just a peer.
they've already made him into a villain, pretty much.
Got it. My advice is hell no. Unfortunately, okay, so just like every president that gets into office, they fire everybody that worked there before them and they build their own cabinet. What's important is that you want people around you that's going to support you and do what you need to do the way you need to do it when you need to do it. Now, unfortunately, in your friend's situation, he is not. And this would be for anybody, even a black woman. Even in fact, let's remove the color. It wouldn't matter who you are. You got to have people that's working with you, that's with you, period. This patching up shit is temporary only because they were exposed. Only because another team member jumped in from the outside, looked in and said, this shit is messy, and everybody's jumping on this one person. Y'all some messy motherfuckers. And in fact, I'm going to corroborate his story that he's been telling HR for a long time. He's been telling the bosses, but there's never been any witnesses. And so now this new person comes in and says, hey, I just got here, but I'm letting y'all know he's telling the truth. I see this shit myself every time I go into the cubicle, or I'm going into the east wing of the building, or we're working on said project. What he's been telling y'all is true. And now everybody else has to say, okay, well, damn, what's going on? Now they're like, oh, okay, now we got somebody watching us. There's a camera on us. I wouldn't patch up a fucking thing, me personally. That's just the kind of person I am, because the quality of work for that company is not going to be good. The quality of the projects and the things that this team has to execute on a weekly basis is not going to be the best. Now, unfortunately, he don't get to pick his cabinet. He's not the president. He's not in charge of this. If I was him, I would remove. I know they've been trying to get rid of him, fired. I don't know if he has a situation where he could move to a different team, move to a different department, or figure a way to get up. I get it. Ego says, no, fuck that. I'm going to just stick it out. I ain't going nowhere. You can't bully me. I'm not getting pushed out. But man, when you work for somebody else and you making another company money, you got to have some kind of semblance of happiness. You got to go to work peaceful. You don't want to get up every goddamn morning and then be like, damn, I got to go deal with these motherfuckers again, just so you can get your paycheck every 2 weeks. Me, I need to go and work in a department that wants me to be there. It's no different than, I don't want to date a woman that don't want to date me. I don't want you to struggle having sex with me. If you don't like how I fuck, then don't fuck me no more. I don't want to go to work because you guys need me, but I hate being here. So me personally, and I'll pass it to the next brother, is I would not patch it up with the people who's only nice to me now because somebody else is coming in there agreeing with what I've been complaining on for the longest. I wouldn't do that. I would be like, no, you know what? Let's figure a way to get rid of your ass now. That's what I would do. I would continue to put the pressure on HR, on the higher ups, on the senior management to say, hey, I've been trying to tell you guys that. Now, do you guys want the work that you really want? Do you want us to perform and produce and execute these particular tasks, jobs, and projects that you at the highest level? I need to, and do you value what I've been bringing thus far? Then I need I need a team of motherfuckers that's going to work with me. And this new person that you brought in, I like them. Keep them. The rest of them, get rid of them. That's just me.
No, I agree. That's what I told him as well.
I think he's spot on. So the Christian person in me would say, no, and in the Bible and all this, you're supposed to forgive and all these things. But realistically and being honest, I don't think I can. There's been a lot of different scenarios where it's hard to, forgive somebody that's wrong, that's done you wrong, especially in the work field where you're just trying to do your job, you're trying to do what you're supposed to do. And it's like people have a vendetta against you. They have a interior motive where they're trying to get you out of there. And I don't know who your friend is, but I'm pretty sure he probably does a good job at what he does for a living. And so it just makes me think of, that's microaggressions, but not just that, just racism in the work field. He's the only black guy. It's not the fact that he's a guy, but he's a black person. So all these white women, and pretty sure he does a good job, like you just said, and now they're trying to get him out of there. And so I truly feel as if once the damage is done, it's done. And so, y'all been trying to plot to get me out of here. Y'all been doing all these different things to try to get me out of here, tarnish my name, talk bad about me. And now you want to come back and you want to be friends, or we have a cordial relationship. I don't even want to have a cordial relationship with you because the environment is already going to be toxic. It breeds toxicity. So
certainly not genuine.
It's not genuine at all. And so how am I going to work with somebody sitting next to them knowing that this person ultimately don't want me here, or they just being nice because, we're here right now. But I know how they truly feel about me internally. What they may show me on the outside externally is not how they feel about me internally. So I just can't deal with it. So I can't deal with the fakeness. And, if that's how you feel about me, show me how you feel about me in the beginning, so I can act accordingly. And don't try to hide behind, your feelings, or try to put on a front. Show me who you really are, because at the end of the day, that's who you truly is. It's like my grandma used to say, once a person show you who they are the first time, believe them. Because if you don't, then that's recipe for disaster later on down the road. So, like the other brothers before me, no, I could not forgive them for what they've done, and it's just what it is at the end of the day.
And when do we stop fucking shucking and jiving and walking on eggshells for other people? Like when do we start saying, just I don't want to make it too racial, but sometimes in corporate America, especially when there's a racial element involved, why we always got to be the one to be the bigger person? We've been the bigger motherfucker for decade after decade. We've been the bigger motherfucker, knowing that we oftentimes produce better results, work harder 3 times as hard as everybody else, and we the one that got to acquiesce to everybody else's sensibilities. Fuck that. Tell your boy that Shan said, no, it ain't nothing cool. Don't be cool now. But go ahead, Wes or Chris. Wes is eating.
No, I got nothing, man. I'm with you on that. I'm with you 100% on that.
What? Wes?
Sometimes it's got to be the time that we stand up.
This of a person?
Yeah, it's not a relationship question, so Wes is a good be on.
Oh,
Lisa, like I know you said that there's no like grocery shopping for jobs. Like, does he feel like he just won't be able to go? Like, even with me, it's just like I'm the type of person. It's like it's me or them. Like, you gonna have to make a fucking decision. So does he not feel like he has that type of leverage, or he could go find work elsewhere?
Well, per white people, they've been doing this all behind his back. So the new person that came in, this group of girls, they confided in that new person. But because she noticed that everything was going wrong, she told him. So now he has to go in and act as if he doesn't know what they've been doing.
That's cold-blooded. I wish that the person that told him was strong enough to say, I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
Because if he has to act like he learned this or discovered this and nobody actually told him, and he wants to make it seem like, look, I'm telling you, but don't nobody tell me, it makes it more difficult for him. But at the same time, apparently the company values him because they've been trying to get rid of him forever, and the company's like, yeah, but no. So, I don't know what I know you're in biotech. I don't know if we're talking about engineers or scientists here. I have, he said he's in corporate America. I don't know if he's, in mergers and acquisitions, or he's doing expense reports. The point is, who's more valuable to the company? Whoever is the most valuable person to the company needs to go and say, listen, this is a situation and I'm in a hostile environment. Hostile environments don't always mean AK-47s. I'm working in a hostile environment, and if you want me to perform at my peak, then I need to be comfortable and excited to be here every day. Currently, I'm not, and this is what's happening.
And that's the key word: hostile environment. That's the trigger.
And I may have missed this question. Is there an opportunity for him to go to a different department?
No.
So this is like I won't say a fledgling, but it's like a one-hit wonder kind of sort of type of business.
Yeah.
See, the problem with that though, Chris, sometimes companies want to get rid of him, and we'll do that even if he's like the higher performer, because they feel, and to be honest with you, especially when it comes to women, they feel that it's easier to get rid of him and to avoid potential. They want to mitigate any potential lawsuits, any potential fucking goddamn complaints, shit like that. It's, you know what, let me just get rid of this dude here, even though we got these problematic women, and find somebody that these women like, just to get the shit done. I don't know. It's one of those situations where management matters, but oftentimes management ain't on black men's side. They're not on our side.
Follow-up question: are his superiors inside palm or outside palm?
Are they?
Sorry, you broke up. What'd you say?
Is this superior as
Are
black
his
people? Is the people
Are
in
his
is
superiors
upper
black people?
management black, or is it all
Oh
white
no.
folk? It's all white folk
Yep.
and a speck of pepper in a salt shaker.
They made my dude
Yep.
token black guy.
He a speck of pepper in a salt shaker.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't even see. I don't even understand why they would want to try to get rid of him. You know that, but
Yeah,
you
I
know,
know.
I told somebody earlier. Like we were discussing when you first came on, we were discussing the whole coach in Udoka situation. They were asking, I don't understand why. Stop trying to figure out why. Like that, you'll never understand the why of a person because the person may tell you and they still could be lying. But I don't understand the why. But what I also don't understand is, you know, now that you know the guy, right? What do you do, right? Which direction do you go in? How do you position yourself so that you're not that there's no blowback? I mean, basically, you're gonna have to, for all intents and purposes, you're gonna have to say, look, I need to go and find, you know, get your resume together and go and position yourself where you are valued. That is something that I absolutely believe, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in, you know, in corporate America or in business, go where you're valued. And I think, I don't know who started this whole thing where you can go to Sam's and get a water for 50 cents. But if you go to the club, you pay $5 for a bottle of water. They value water higher at the club than they do at Sam's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go where you have the best value. That would be my advice. I know it may be um,
It's
not the
tough, but Chris,
easiest.
how do you do that? How do you do that when you got a mortgage and you got a car note and
I'm
you
not
got
saying quit.
insurance and you got
I'm not saying quit.
you got school loans?
I'm not saying quit. I mean, you can put in applications elsewhere. I mean, but then also there are plenty of opportunities for you to make a secondary income to replace your primary income. Um, um, in this economy, like before, what state is he in?
Nisa, what state is he in?
Oh, he's in New York.
In New York,
Yikes.
okay. In the state of New York, and I mean, this may not be the prettiest thing, but I mean, there are a lot of things that you can do in New York,
Yeah.
just depending on where you are in New York.
It's
I'm
opportunities
originally
out
from
there.
Buffalo. I know there's a lot of opportunity in New York City, in New York State, things that you could do. You may not want to do it. You may have to take a pay cut for a couple of months here or there, or maybe even a year. But what's more important? Because Jerron will tell you as a mental health professional, what's more important, your mental health or the money you make? And while at the end of the day, you may say it may be the money, it's not gonna make a damn a difference if you making all the money in the world and then at the end of the day you ready to jump out of the top of the 15th floor because you can't take it. The pressure's too much. So fix the resume, my boy. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Straight
I
up.
just like to say on behalf of all black men, we're not jumping out of buildings. Thank you.
Not even with a parachute, elevator or nothing.
I mean, proverbially, yes.
I know.
I know you ready for your cape. So we gonna let you have your cape on tonight because I know it's coming soon. So we appreciate you. Nisha, did you get some great feedback for your question?
Yes, I did. No, I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Perfect.
Send 'em
You're
the
welcome
clips.
to stay right. You're welcome to stay right here. If you have another question that comes up, or you want to join a different part of the conversation, you're welcome to. If you got to go to bed early, I know it's only 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock over there in Arizona. You might need to get. Say what?
I'm like, it's a little earlier.
What? It's 9 o'clock over there. I always forget. It's like. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 or because y'all don't have daylight savings times. I got a homegirl out in Arizona.
Yeah, we do.
They stopped it in LA too, I think.
Really?
They stopped it? They ain't stopped daylight savings time out here.
Yeah, they did.
When? What
Yeah,
year?
This year.
This year.
Time don't change.
Yeah.
What a catch!
So we not springing forward no more and falling back.
Yep.
What the fuck happened to Earth? What changed on Earth that in 2022 we don't have daylight savings time no more?
Oh no,
We should have been
Arizona
got with
never
the
had
program.
it.
Yeah, I'm about to say Arizona never had daylight savings time. So, like as I was saying, just you're welcome to stay here and hang out with us. I'm sure Wes would love to see your pretty face. I have no idea why he's eating on camera. We're gonna talk about that later.
Nigga having
we're
dinner,
gonna ban him for a month.
eating policies. Nigga,
Anyway,
some nigga shit.
pistachios
Well,
on.
Black people is black no matter where we at. He eating policies
No
on a
matter
live
what.
show.
Wes
about
probably
to
bring
play-
hot sauce to the Mexican restaurant.
I'm about to play dominoes in a minute.
If it ain't season, you ain't seasoned, or whatever the saying is, Wes. You know what it is. Anyways, Makiba, welcome to Ask a Black Man Anything. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do. Introduce yourself a little bit.
Sure thing. Hi, everybody. My name is Makiba. I do a lot of things. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, a lot of things.
Hey. And
Doing
I
a lot
just,
of things. All right.
oh, who?
All right,
What?
Makiba. No, you said you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. I just said you're doing a lot of things. Go ahead, baby.
And I do.
Go ahead.
I
Yes.
actually
Yes.
was going to jump in on what you're saying because I totally get doing what you need to do on camera. I was actually leaving a yoga class and feeling quite vibey, but I wanted to just jump in and ask a question or a few before I
Yeah.
jump into the bathtub. So I was going to just
Yes.
pop in,
Yes.
tune down, and turn up, but I'm on camera, so I'm going to just say my thing, okay?
Say your thing. Say your thing, girl.
First of all, Nisa, that was just such a beautiful question to just be, in support of a Black man in that way. I learned so much. Some things I just take for granted in the ways that you all have to show up in so many different places, even gossip, office gossip, all of those things to think about. I just completely never considered. One of the things that's coming up for me now is I'm dating after kind of being off of that scene for a couple of years. And as I start to make these connections, I'm seeing like how Black men like value their friends. And so it's kind of like a two-part question. I'm in the game now, and do men find themselves permanently connected to their types? So, Nia Long is a type, I mean, she's like the GOAT for so many men in terms of like a total package. So
Don't say that. Don't. That's assumed.
Sure, okay. So I wanted to know, do you all feel completely connected to your types, like the women that you normally gravitate towards? Do you feel like aesthetically you're open to meeting another type of woman that doesn't necessarily look the way that you're automatically attracted to historically? And then the other part of the question is, how much does your friend's opinion of a woman matter as grown men?
So, if I may, as the oldest,
And can I
on
get in the
panel, as
tub
woman-
now, or do I need to like be available?
Nope, you gotta
to
sit here
talk?
right here and listen to the answer.
Nah, I disagree, Shan. Let that woman get in the tub. Let that woman get that water
Wes is
glistening
so
all over her body. You get in the
Wes is
tub,
so-
Makiba. So listen. So as the elder, I think I'm the elder tonight, gentlemen. Wow, I love it. Here's the thing. Men, we typically, regardless of where we are at one particular time in life, I think, and Shan, you can back me up if I'm wrong here, but as we evolve in life and in our experiences, so does our taste / our type. So we may have a type at some particular point in life. I know I certainly had a type once upon a time, and then I evolved and it expanded. The and but here's the thing: the type changes, and so we may allow for other things. We may start to appreciate other things physically in a woman, if that's the case or whatever, because perhaps our appetite for the substance of a woman is evolving and changing. And so when we find that higher on our priority list, then everything else is, is whatever. So I think that would be the case. Certainly, being older, my own observations as well as my own lived experience has led me to that thinking. Would that be? Would you agree with that, Shan?
Somewhat.
Well,
Somewhat.
wait. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it 1,000. Shan likes some bad from the age of 19 to 90. Shan got a standard that's just not gonna change. So I digress. But that's me. Go ahead, brothers.
No, listen. Listen. Do guys change the kind of woman that he likes from when he was 24 versus 34? Does a guy who's 45 years old typically like the same type woman that he liked when he was 35 years old? In my experience, I think most men change their preferences on a woman, but the overall archetype stays the same, in my personal opinion. So the question is, like, you got some brothers that say, man, I don't like dark skinned women. I don't like a dark skinned woman with all natural hair, right? I don't like a dark skinned woman with all natural hair. But then he may get older and he say, you know what? I now want a dark skinned woman with natural hair. And I used to only like light skinned women with natural hair, but he still liked the all natural woman. The archetype stayed the same, but maybe the attributes, the little small things differed. A guy that typically liked women who are fit when he was 25 is gonna want a woman who's fit when he's 35, and when he's 45, he's still gonna want a fit woman. Now, will he like the attitude may change a little bit. For instance, I'll give you an example. My first wife had double D's breasts. My second wife had an A cup. How does a brother go from a woman? I was a breast man, and sometimes men are breast men, and then they turn around and now they like ass. How come he didn't like ass all along? Well, maybe it depends. But what never changed was I liked a fit and trim woman. What never changed was I didn't go from Miss Sophia to who was the other woman Harpo was with and shit in the coach. A Squeak. That was her name, Squeak. I'm not. Most men ain't gonna go from Miss Sophia to Squeak. If they want Miss Sophia when they're young, they gonna want a Miss Sophia when they're older. So I think the subtle changes in women, men can want, but the overall archetype I think stays the same. And the reason why is because I got boys that's been with it's like, you still fucking with them, huh? Yeah, man, I just like that. Like, I know guys that like Hispanic women. He's always liked Hispanic women. I know guys that just like small women, like like just look like petite. He's always liked petite women. I know guys that just like the all natural sister. The all natural sister and everything about her, and I mean was she was like the Queen Sheba type. He's always like that type. I know guys that's like white women. He's always fuck with the white girls. The archetype stays the same. The small things within it, whether she's A cup or a B cup or a C cup, whether she's light skinned or dark skinned, those kind of things I think change over time. But I think that the overreaching baseline of the woman doesn't change, I think.
So,
And Makiba,
go ahead, Wes.
I just wanted to quickly say before you guys jump in, what I understand about myself, Makiba, is that I am the anomaly. As I listen to Shan, he's absolutely right. For me, it's all over the place. If there was a lineup of the women that I've had in my life, you would be like, who is this crazy madman? Who is this sick guy? But that's because I understand who I am. So for me, there's a constant, but that constant is something that only I know. And internally, it's you can't recognize it aesthetically, or even by personality. That's it. Go ahead, Chris and Shahid.
No, Shahid, if you want to go, you jump in.
So for me, I don't know. Like I don't like I think I have a wide range of women aesthetically when it comes to their what they look like physically, but they all have a similar disposition. Like their swag is always similar. Like they kind of are in between that. Like they can go to the poetry lounge, neo soul on this night, and then they can go step out and be the baddest woman in the club on this night. Uh, but I think once I got older and I'm mature, I never really followed the standard of beauty, quote unquote beauty, whatever that it was at that time. It was always that the swagger. I stuck to that swag, that disposition that the woman held. Um, as far as like, does my friend's opinion matter? It depends. Like, if they telling me like, hey, she used to, you don't want to mess with her because she got a rep, and when you go back to this city, she, yeah, that matter. Um, but again, like I don't know how much this relates to the question because it sounded like you when you first mentioned it, you said like men, how loyal we are to our friends or something along those lines. And yeah, we
Um,
are. Go ahead.
yeah, it was kind of like a through line because when the sister brought up her thoughtful question around the care around how this man in her life is moving, I just started to think about, and listening to you all's answers, just that arc of brotherhood, you know. But then it's also a curious thing. I just got curious to want to know, do you ever grow out of following and caring about what your friends think and say about the people that you're interested in?
Yeah,
And so it went there.
do we grow out of what they think and say? Yes. Because as we get older, we mature, we kind of branch off into our different walks of life. Do we grow out of them? It's rare we do. And this is what I really wish women would understand. Like when it comes to the difference between males and men and their friends and women and their friends, we didn't been through the trenches with our friends. Like especially me, where I come from South Central Los Angeles, so I didn't lost loved ones with the dudes I grew up with. I didn't been in life and death situations with the dudes I grew up with. So it's hard for me to just walk away from that, walk away from them. We didn't fought each other, we didn't fought other people. I didn't fed them, they didn't fed me. So I don't think that's an experience a lot of women get to experience with their female friends. Like I literally know grown women that pick friends on how they look. Like, oh, you pretty, you should hang with me. Like, so,
Right.
and that's a important thing to pay attention to. I know you said you knew once you're going back into the dating space. Like I think the mistake, and this is kind of going off, but it's still on topic. I think the mistake a lot of people make when they are out of the dating game for a minute, they go into it expecting it to be what it was when you left it. No, you are coming into a new game, a new environment. You have to adjust to it. You can't come into this environment expecting it to be like it used to be because you're not hurting anybody but yourself. The people that are in the dating in the mix, they've already been here. They know how to adapt. You can't come into it like, oh, I don't do dating apps, I don't do social media, blah blah blah. This is 2022. This is the game that we playing. So if you don't want to adjust to the times and the environment, you're gonna fail yourself. So like it's important to pay attention to, and you kind of want to know what his friends are saying about you, why they're saying things, like what type of makeup does his what does his circle look like. So that's important. But yeah, to answer your question, we do kind of we hear it, but at the end of the day, as men, we gonna make our own decision.
So, great feedback, fellas. First of all, so I'll kind of piggyback right off where Shahid left off, in reference to friend groups. Um, Typically, and the guys will probably vouch for this. Typically, men have two, maybe three extremely close friends, right? 1 to 3, right? That like you're not gonna have. We're not gonna have like 15 close male friends, right? So is it the whole group of friends? You know, just like we kind of casual friends. Are we listening to them? No, but are we listening to the ones um that are um that are our close knit friends, that we share the same values, we share the same morals. They are seeing things that we are not able to see because we may be blind or our nose may be too open. So it's important to have friends who tell you the truth while you're in the butterfly phase or while your nose is wide open for the young lady, because they may be looking at things, well, I won't even say they are looking at things objectively because they have no intrinsic value in it. They don't care about the outcome, they care about me, right? I'm their friend, they don't know anything about you, so they're able to see more than just oh, she looks good, all of the positive things I say. They may be able to pick up on some things that I may miss. That's the importance in having a friend group. Similar to, I think, something that Shan and Shahid have said over the years, over the months that we've been doing this podcast, is that if a woman has another male friend trusted that she's not being sexual with, or a father or uncle or somebody in her friend group that can kind of peer in to a guy, it would be able to help women in their dating relationships. They wouldn't be having these jerks because they would be able to have somebody to kind of say, "Nah, don't mess with him. He only wants this or that or the third," and it will help. So that's what some of our friends do for us. They help us see the pitfalls that we are missing on. That's the second part to our friends. What was your first question again?
Her
Yeah.
first question is on the screen now. Are black
Oh,
men permanently
black men
connected to their
permanently
type?
connected to their type.
Thanks.
So West's favorite word is that, or favorite phrase, one of his favorite phrases, that black men are not all a monolith, right? Meaning that we're not all the same, right? So are black men permanently connected to the type? It would seem that way sometimes, but not every black man is the same, right? So there are males who are men, right? And those are typically what I consider like your F boys, right? They're males. They're still men, but they're not like the next level, right? So you have what I three categories: males, men, and then masculine men, right? Masculine men are the type of men that typically are providers. They're protectors. They pay attention to you. They give you your needs. They are resourceful. Those are the kind of men that you are maybe asking about. But if it's just any old regular guy, you might have to differentiate between what kind of person you're dealing with, right? And that those are my tiers, right? Nobody else's. So if you're talking about the type of man that is a quality male, and I don't use like high value or whatever, I don't really care about that, right? I mean, I know some people love that term, and that's been a catchphrase over the last couple of years since KS has been around and now has departed. Um, A high quality person um, is probably what you're looking for. They're generally going to be looking for values and morals more so than just a type. Does that mean that they don't want somebody that's if they're physically fit, they want somebody that's physically fit? No, like Shan said, yeah, we're gonna stay within a certain parameter, but we're not gonna go. I used to love women that was olive oil, and now I'm, you know, precious. I don't think it's that right. Um, just for extremes, right? Um, I don't think it's that. So I think we generally stay within our type, but as we grow, as we learn, as we evolve, as men evolve, I mean, each man is different. So you're really gonna have to ask each man, and that's just the honest as I can get it.
Makiba, are you trying to go back to somebody you used to date back in the day and he switched up on you?
No, not at all.
What's really going on, Makiba?
Yeah. What prompted that question? Let's get some context there.
um, which one?
The first
The
question
yeah,
about
the
our
type,
black
the
men
permanent
Um,
type.
permanently connected.
um, well, a couple of things now that I'm dating actively, like for real. Um,
So
I
you was
got
playing
on.
before.
Hmm?
You were
Hmm?
playing before.
So now
Mhm.
that I'm
Tell the truth,
doing
shame the
it
devil.
for real, um,
I mean, I just
I
heard it.
got on a couple of apps, and so there are different photographs of me. There's photographs of me with straight hair, there's photographs of me with braids, there's photographs of me when I had my hair cut shorter and now my hair is growing out. Um,
So,
so it's
Makiba,
just been an interesting. Hmm?
before you
Go
finish
ahead.
that, before you get away from that, so
Here
here's the
comes the
thing:
tape.
if you're on, if you're on, no, no, this is not a cape. I'm still on the dark side today. If you're if you're on multiple apps or one particular app, but you have a mixture, a variety of pictures of you and you're cute rocking braids, you're cute, you're rocking your natural hair, you're cute, whatever, you need to nix all of that. You need to present yourself as you are now because you might catch a guy who is really into the braid as you rocking braids, but if that's not how you're showing up today, then that's a catfish to that guy. You need to
That's
Um,
totally
embrace.
not true.
well,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
if I
You ain't
can,
done
totally
that all
true.
the time though,
I,
Wes. So I mean,
uh,
just
That
because
is
she made
totally not
her
true
haircut,
because women change their hair so much. That's like one of the things that most black men know about women. They can have
But women
braids
don't.
one day,
yeah,
straight
No,
hair the
women.
next day, a weave the next day, a
But women aren't
sew-in.
going from braids. I hear you. Women aren't going from braids to natural hair the next day. Literally, usually for women, unless they're rocking wigs, usually aside from wigs, usually women are in a particular hairstyle for 3 to 4 weeks minimum, if not 2 to 3 months. Am I right, Makiba?
you're
yeah.
right. In terms of the way, yeah, I'll give that. I'll give that.
All I'm saying, baby,
What?
is go
Mm-hmm.
Let
ahead.
her
Go ahead.
finish,
No,
Wes.
go ahead. I mean, let
Thank
it go
y'all.
ahead, baby.
So the thing is,
You wait, wait,
all
wait,
of
wait, wait a
those.
minute, Shan. You let me attack these women as much as I save these women tonight. You let me be disrespectful. You let me jump in these conversations. You let me attack. Go ahead, Makiba. I apologize. Shan is right. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I it looks like me. I mean, it's me. And I'm on the beach. Everybody knows the black lady's gonna have braids at the beach. So,
Right.
and it's me. And when it gets warm and colder, we're about the first day of fall, I do wear my hair more straight. So it's not out of the realm of possibility of who I'll be.
All I
Um,
all, all
but
I
I
say
hear
is
you.
this,
That's
baby.
your opinion.
Yeah. If I'm
Okay.
meeting you tomorrow, if I'm meeting you next week, then who I've seen online or on some dating app or whatever the case is, I'm gonna have an expectation that that's who I'm meeting in person. That's the only thing. And so I think I would just say that embrace who you are, where you are right now, and then show that online, as opposed to showing the highlights, the best of Makiba, which is what a lot of women do. Is they'll grab a picture from last year when they were on the beach because that was they looked their best in. Just present who you are right now today. That's going to be the safest route when it comes to, because you're asking about men changing their types. Well, you won't have to worry about that if the type that you're presenting online right now is the type that you are right now aesthetically. We
That's
know you're
true.
the same
No,
person
don't do
internally.
not take dating advice from Wes.
I
No,
nah,
that's
bro.
true, Chris.
I
That's
agree.
true. What
I
he
agree
said.
1000%.
But a hairstyle
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
type though.
Yeah, here's why I agree. Because now, if you're a woman that frequently changes your hair, even with that, you should put that in your profile. Like, I don't know, I might be this one day, I may be that the next day, whatever. But if, like, for example, if I don't do the dating apps, but I'm on Instagram, social media, it's all the same thing. When I'm looking at jumping into women's DMs, I'm looking at her most recent pictures. Then I'm gonna go back, 2 years ago, whatever. I want to see the progression. What she looked like 2 years ago, what she looked like today, and I can gain a lot of information from that. Now, if you are in long weaves or straight hair or whatever, and then you come with a natural look or whatever, no makeup, that that it's not. I wouldn't go as far as to say catfish because you're the same person, and it's not like a drastic. What is a drastic change? But you have to present what's current. You have to, like, even for example, 90% of the time I have a short wave cut. That's been majority of my life. Short wave cut. I had a small little phase, a little error, couple months where I had a short little curly fro. I posted that just in case I jump in somebody's DM. This is what I'm rocking right now. This is who I am right now. As soon as I went back to the short wave cut, I posted that. So they could know this is what it is right now. Even changes with my body. If I pick up a little weight, like I don't mind, you know what I mean, showing that because you have to present what it is right now. Like you don't want to get to that because that can you be surprised how much those small changes will. It's not even the fact that they don't like what you currently presented and what you see that's different from the pics. It's just that kind of like
Expectation.
ooh, yeah, it's like they had a different expectation. Like if you would have posted currently you and then went on that date as you would see no problem with that. But you'd be surprised how much that turns people off. That like you just giving these, you know what I mean? Because it's one thing I noticed,
He
and
said
I'm
you
gonna
look like Janet Jackson. Come on,
right.
looking
I'm gonna
like
pass
Freddie
it. I'm gonna
Jackson.
pass it to Sharon right after this. One thing I noticed, like when I pay attention to social media pics, I notice what your insecurities are. Like women that only give me neck up pics, it might not even be about like I'm cool with you being 185, 190. I like them a little thick, but if you're not comfortable with that, you can't expect me to be comfortable with that. Are you not gonna give me all neck up pics and then I come to the date and then you know what I mean? I'm supposed to just accept what you come with. Nah, that's no, we're not doing that. But go ahead, man.
Let me ask you a couple questions for context. Are your pictures recent on your dating profile?
Yes.
Okay. So and recent is in like the last 6 months.
Okay,
Right.
the
Thank
last
you, Chris.
year. My
The
beach
last 12
picture was
months.
2 years ago.
You said what?
See, her beach picture was 2 years ago, brother.
But it's just me by the water. I'm trying to get in the
Wait.
Two
bath,
Hold on.
years
y'all.
ago.
I did a hot Bikram
Before
yoga
Wes
class.
tries to get on
Can
you,
I lift? Can I go take a bath?
you
Can
said
I get
what?
off? I'm just talking. But
She was talking about them
I'm gonna
bubbles
get off
again.
camera, okay? Because I want to take a bath.
You can
And
take if you're gonna. Are you still gonna be here talking and you just going off camera?
yeah, I'll
Oh,
be
I
on
think that's
mute
fine.
and not disturbing. But I mean, do you even need to do that? Are you all gonna go into the next scene? of the show. This is my first time listening.
No,
so
we
I'm
just
sorry.
gonna wrap up the question. We gonna wrap it up right now.
Yeah. So here's the thing: if you're gonna go off camera, it's fine. If you're gonna be able to still kind of hear us and engage, we're probably just gonna
It's
ask
okay.
questions for
I'll
context,
just
and we're
let
gonna
you
wrap
answer.
up.
Yeah, just wrap it up, Chris. We've been here a while,
So here's my advice in reference to pictures, right? Don't hide yourself, like Shahid said, right? Don't hide your so if you're like if you're doing a neck up photo, don't do that, right? A lot of women have on dating apps have that insecurity about themselves where they don't show a full body, right? Or they do show a full body and it's bent over, right? And so you can't get an accurate picture, or the picture is dark, or the angle is up here because they're trying to highlight the angles that are the best and not get an accurate depiction of who they are. If you are going to be on the beach and you're going to love being on the beach and that's like your thing, definitely have a picture about that, but describe what that means for you, because now it lets a person know that you're interested in why that picture is present, right? Because we've all been through the pandemic. You might not have had an opportunity to go back to the beach. The beach may be your place of solace, right? So, for some people, it could be the basketball court. Some people, it could be, reading books. So incorporate that, because now the person knows how to engage you on the dating site, because now they have what I call conversation starters. What I find is some women, some not all, some women don't give enough information to allow me to kind of be into your world to start the conversation, because it'll look like this. Hi, how was your day? Good. How was your day? Good. And then it goes dark for like 2 or 3 days. But if you have pictures that are, colorful pictures that are showing your personality, showing the things that you love or the environments that you love to be in, and what you get from that environment, those are the kind of pictures that you wanna shoot. Who gives a damn about what your hair look like? Don't listen to Wes, because women change their hair all the time.
A lot of men do. I care about what a woman's hair look like.
No, I'm not being serious. I'm just saying, like, women are going to change their hair. So if you have a hair with short and then you go natural and you make, like
But
Shahid said, make sure you put that in there,
has to
but
be
don't misrepresent yourself.
Or just have multiple pictures with short hair, long hair, braids. I mean, so they can see you from a lot of different angles. If that's the thing you're worried about, at the end of the day.
just make your most recent picks what you currently are, how you currently present, and that just saves everybody a bunch of time.
Perfect. Makiba, does that give you some great feedback for your question?
Yes, thank you all.
Okay.
Good night.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast. We appreciate you so much. It's only us. Nah, leave Wes off, man.
Why you do me dirty? Why you want to do me dirty?
I'm just teasing with you, man.
But yo, here's the thing, man. Just touching back on that, there are no rights and wrongs, and as men, a lot of us do like variety in our woman. We like a woman who can be a bit of a chameleon. And aesthetically, that might start with her hair, and maybe it's how she also dresses. But if we're talking about the road of least resistance, finding somebody who's going to appreciate her for who she is right now, or any of us, any of us as men, the best case scenario to avoid all possible conflict is to say, this is who I am now, and my pictures are recent. My pictures are the person that you will meet. If I imagine if I was on some dating site rocking my beard, and then I showed up to the date with a fresh face, women would potentially have an issue with that particular woman, and she'd be within her rights to have an issue.
Wes probably got one of them booty chins. Can't see it. He show up with an ass on his face. They gonna be like, what the hell?
Bless you, hell, bruh. I think represent yourself. Show your true representative, but also show what would be what that person will be getting. And I find it very difficult, like you said, Shahid. Them neck up pictures talks about a person's insecurity more so, and I will say as a last, that's the reason why men ask for more pictures, because you have a few pictures on your page and it's not a full representative of what we think we might get.
I don't think women know. I don't think women know that men are also attracted to confidence. Like I'm very attracted to confident women. Like if you a little overweight, wear that shit. Like it ain't going. You going
like nobody cares.
I mean, I care. Don't get me wrong, I care.
No,
but
you don't.
What I mean by nobody cares is it's like
Shahid don't care. Shahid said he'll date a woman 190 pounds.
Oh yeah.
But if that's where you are, then be where you are and like be okay with that. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm going to be more disappointed that you tried to bamboozle me versus you just being a little confident and own it.
Like imagine if Shahid got his profile full of him riding horses and he show up to the date in a car. Like the disappointment of that particular woman when she thought she was gonna ride, and now she just gotta ride.
Get in the car.
Right.
You spoke something though when you was talking about the Instagram thing. That does make a lot of sense. I think that it does breed a lot of insecurities. You do see that women that show on their face, or then you go to their profile. They don't have no full body pictures.
My biggest thing is the no smile. If you're not smiling, it's an automatic no for me. If you're not showing teeth, I can't do it.
Yeah, I think, and one of the things that I can't stand at 35 plus, and I'm gonna go 35 because I think there might be some leeway in between 30 and 34, but 35 plus, and you still doing filters on dating apps, like how? Like you're the only person that thinks that's cute. Men don't think that's cute. That's not cute. The little dog ears, the bunny ears. That's not cute to us. Like all of them, we don't want to see that. Like that's not who you are. Now we got to figure out who you really are.
It brightens the skin and it smooths them out, and so that speaks to more insecurity. So if they can be playful, they can hide their fucking what they consider imperfections.
Correct.
And, I don't know.
Good show tonight, fellas.
Yeah. Let's go home, man.
Appreciate y'all. See you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Mike is hot.
Great show, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys.
I wanted to ask Makiba, has her type changed over the years? Is she interested? I wanted to ask her. I knew she wanted to go, but I did want to ask her: is she interested in the same type men today? Now that she's back on the dating scene, that she was interested years ago when she was on the dating scene.
Right.
It came off to me like she just is going on like maybe a natural journey right now, and like you know what I mean, like you don't expect the environment.
Yeah.
So Makiba, if you're listening, dear, that's something to ponder, something to think about. You can check back in with us next week and update us on that particular point if you like. If not, it's just something to consider. Do you, now that you're back on the dating market in a real way, do you and are you looking for the same type of man that you were once attracted to or interested in the past? Great question, Shannon.
And if you're still out there and you're watching the show, don't forget to like the show, because YouTube needs to know that you like it, because we know you do. Thank you so much for liking it in advance. Look, happy that you're here. Happy Thursday, happy Friday, and do something good for yourself. In the words of Gerard, in the words of Wes, make sure you mud wrestle, baby.
Exactly.
Westernese. Why I speak Westernese good, man.
What you say that, Jerron? Sound like I heard you.
No, I'm just saying, I was laughing at you, but I was saying subconsciously, I do think people say that they have a type, but they may not have a type. But self-consciously, when you pull back the layers and you look at it, and you look at all the people they've actually dated, they really do have a type. They just may not be self-aware enough to know that they actually do have a type.
Right. That's like with me. So aesthetically, there might not be a type that you can pick and point out. You'll see short, you'll see tall, you might see different races, you might see different sizes of women. But when you dig beneath the surface, what you'll find is they're all broken. Broken women is my type.
That's terrible.
That's a joke. That's not true. That's not at all true. That's
100%
terrible. You know, they say 90% of all jokes have something.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I have found myself attracted to birds with broken wings. It's not fared well for me in the long run, but I found myself always falling for women who had problems, because I somehow found myself seeming like I can fix them. Sometimes I did fix them, and then the motherfuckers turn around and bit you. You know, it's like getting a stray dog, bringing them in, cleaning them up, getting their shit together, getting their mind right. You know, getting them back, nursing them back to health, and then when the motherfuckers get strong, they fuck around, bite your ass and shit. That's what my problem is.
You know what you got to do then? You got to put them down.